Damn, sick setup.
Yeah, it was very unexpected. Cool.
Hello.
Cheers. Cheers.
All right, cheers.
My name is Oliver, aka Lover. It's my friend Josh,
AKA J-Mol.
and we're here today to talk about the music video we made for my song Wow.
Let's dive right in. So this is the intro. It's a bit of strobe going on. There's actually the title of the song at the beginning.
Yeah, our friend Dodge Pangburn, who's like an artist, graphic designer, legend from Sydney as well. He did the typography for the title using Electroset. It's like a 70s graphic design typography tool, and you basically scratch the letters out of these clear plates. And so we scratched those letters out, and then we've scanned them in, and then we've placed them over the video in time with the piano. So yeah, I thought it was just like a nice little touch.
So for all of these close-ups, we actually used a macro lens.
It was something that Josh and I considered in pre-production, just how can we make a band performance in a white studio look a little different, or like keep the interest throughout the whole video. So we sort of came up with a list of different lenses that we wanted to use to just get different feelings, different angles, and then different cameras. So this first point of interest is the shot from the floor. So it kind of looks as if the camera is part of the floor. We just did that with a glass tabletop. It was a precarious kind of setup, very DIY. Yeah, so we were lucky to have these legends come through to complete the band. So we had Nick on bass, Nick Ward, who also actually produced the song Wow, so thankful for him to coming out. Carmel, who's on the guitar shredding, she absolutely killed it. And then our friend Min on drums, who again was just like an absolute legend. So they put up with a lot of performances, and I really appreciate them coming out. Again, like I think just having a full band helped the performance as well as adding variety to the show.
Yeah, I think also leading up to the music video, we had quite a few references from the early 2000s and late 90s.
Yeah.
And it was very much about, you know, bands and energy of the whole band being together in a space, jamming out.
Yeah,
I think
it's like
yeah.
Weezer, Blink-182,
Yeah.
The Strokes, like all those sort of bands, which are influences for the song as well as the video. Yeah, always band set up, always look like they're having fun, not being like too serious.
Yeah.
So yeah, we tried to channel that.
As you can see, we've done like quite a large variety of, I guess, different mediums or different tools. I think one big thing with us was we like to shoot it all in camera. We're probably not the strongest editors, but we play to our strengths, and I think we're happy to experiment. We're happy to use different lenses, different cameras.
Yeah. Besides the data moshing, there's not really much done in post.
Oh, actually,
Yeah.
this is a good example. A lot of the stills that you see throughout the video are actually on an actual film camera. Conveniently enough, Widecam actually has the setup kind of. There's Oliver. As you can see on the screen there, I've mounted just a little point and shoot on my Blackmagic. This is a Blackmagic 6K. Shoot mostly everything with this. I love shooting film. I've always wanted to incorporate film into a music video or a film of any kind. And I love the colors. I love the consistency of it. Yeah.
I actually have all the film here. Thanks to Rewind Photo
I'll just
Lab.
record you, show us.
Okay, sure. Thanks to Rewind Photo Lab, I've actually got all of it here. So there's actually quite a lot taken.
I think we went through.
And
I think we went through about 10 rolls.
Yeah, I think it was something like that.
For every
They all
take,
match up,
every
yeah.
take we did, we just kept shooting film.
Yeah, and you know, obviously we could have taken a freeze frame from the video, but I just think if you can shoot it analog, like shoot it with film, it's always going to look a bit better.
Put this back.
Okay,
So conveniently enough, in this scene, we use a thing called data moshing. It was heavily influenced by the music video Lamborghini High by the ASAP Mob. It's very different to our references with the Strokes, but
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I think it worked really well with.
It's a combination.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's contrast, you know, it's like clean band, white room, but then having this data mosh like destroying, I guess, the footage and transitioning both. So yeah, this one's just transitioning. I guess it's kind of like 3 shots really, because you got the video and then it stops with the 2 photos, and then it data moshes into the shot of me leaning against the glass and performing.
Yep.
So yeah, it's kind of all 3 transitioned into one.
Whole band. On most of the shots, I'm I'm running on just an easy rig, just on the handle of my camera. I love handheld. It's one of my favorite techniques in shooting a video. I just like how you feel very in the moment, and this is one of those videos where I wanted the audience to be there with us in the action.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so
Yeah.
even more human, I guess. You know.
You actually see his very fancy
Oh
microphone
yeah.
flip.
Yeah, I definitely am quite clumsy, and that's probably the only one that actually worked. But I sped up that footage. I sped up that footage to 1.5. So
Did you
it looks-
actually?
Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, I sped up that footage, so it looks a little bit cooler than what it actually was.
No way.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, you so did.
So pretty much this whole second verse that comes up here, obviously there is data moshing, but also some of the pixelation and some of the like issues you can see with the colors are actually just from the security camera as well. So I think it worked pretty well with what we were doing. So it flattens all the backgrounds, the colors are pretty flat.
Yeah, it's a very unique camera.
Yeah.
I don't know when I'd use it again, but
Yeah.
it looks good. It worked for this video.
Yeah, like I said, we're pretty surprised at how much we used it, but I guess when you're editing, like, you just go with what looks good, right? Like, sometimes in your head you think, oh, this is gonna work, but yeah, in this case, this one just ended up taking all of the shine, especially in the second verse.
Yeah. Our reference for this was
Bring Me the Horizon, Shadow Moses. So they've got a music video, and I think this is how they did it. They're just performing in the snow, and they just had like a 2-camera rig, and they're kind of just swapping between each camera, and it just creates this shutter effect.
yeah, it's awesome.
It's a great video, yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, shout out to Digital Logic. They helped me build a rig. Essentially what I had was 2 R5s on an easy rig, I think, and a polar going across, and then both cameras on each side. There was a few variables I had to keep in mind, which I didn't really follow shooting it, but somehow it worked anyway. So actually in this part of the music video, we used a slow shutter speed. I think it was at 1/6 of a second. And I actually went into the shoot not actually doing this shot or doing this kind of composition, but actually Nick reminded me, maybe do a slow shutter speed. And so in this specific shot, we had the band members staying still, playing the instruments, but not moving too much. And then Ollie was like just shaking his left and right, just to create a bit
we
more
had the song on half
movement.
speed.
Yeah.
So the song's going half as fast, I guess. It goes like 5 minutes or something. And the song's going, wow.
Yeah.
And just shaking my head as much as possible.
Yeah, it was good.
Obviously in real life it looked very silly, but in the camera, once you speed it up, it turns out pretty cool. And again, we cut to this like through the strobe shots, but we left a long shot at the end. Scene.
It was awesome. I think, it really tied into what we were shooting. And
Yeah.
we ended up using quite a long sequence for that part of the song.
Yeah, because as the song kind of goes and the music gets a bit slower and sections get a little longer, we reflect that in the cuts. So the whole last 30 seconds, there's less cuts, a bit more chill.
Yeah, I love it.
Minimal data moshing. Yeah, we kind of, I guess it's kind of like a little graph when you're trying to, I don't know, have it super high energy, low, super high energy, low.
Yeah.
And trying to keep that up over 2.5 minutes so that people obviously watch the whole video. Yeah.
It's not necessarily a narrative, but
No.
it's more like a pace thing, I guess. Like
Yeah.
you want to keep
It's like a feeling, like-
you want to keep the audience engaged the whole time.
Yeah, I think as well it's kind of always upsetting when you see a video like in the first shot or the first minute is like the main shot and it's like the main thing. So yeah, even though this one, rather than other videos we've done, doesn't really have a story, we did try and keep the energy, like the energy is the story, you know what I mean? So the first half is high pace, the last little bit is slower. So
Yeah.
that's pretty much it. And then it's just last performance, sped that up a little bit, text comes over, film photo, credits roll. Cool.
That's it. That's Wow by Lover, shot by myself.
Yeah, shot by J-Mol. Go check it out now. It's on YouTube, etc., etc.
Follow Oliver at
Yeah, Oliver Kirby.
Kobe, yeah.
Follow J-Mol at J-Mol if you want. And yeah. Yeah, cut.